Hey, whoa, it's really windy. Maybe I'll put my hat kind of sideways here. How's everybody doing today? I wanted to read you just a little part from The Upside Down Mommy, and it's just one of my favorite parts. It's called Ignoring the Wind. As you can see, I can't ignore the wind very well here, but we're talking about a different kind of wind. See if you can catch this one. We had been thoroughly enjoying our family vacation, and it was all fun and giggles until the loud slap. You'd tickled her so much that she had flailed and mindlessly slapped your leg. It was so loud, everyone in the room stopped and looked to see you and your aunt facing each other, both of you searching for what to do or say. "Aaron, I'm sorry. Here, slap me back as hard as you can, and we'll be even." She put her leg down in front of you and waited. You looked at her leg and then at me across the room, as if asking what to do. But I was paralyzed. All I could do was shrug my shoulders at you, affirming to you that this was your decision, not mine. Without everyone, with everyone staring at you, you raised your arm and slapped her leg pretty hard, and then you quickly walked over to me, looked me straight in the eyes with tears brimming, and asked, "Can we go back to the room right now?" Without waiting for my answer, you opened the door and walked down to our hotel room, and I ran to keep up, still not knowing what to say. As soon as I unlocked the door, you pushed past me, ran to the bathroom, locked yourself in, and started screaming. "Aaron, are you okay?" "No," you screamed. "Are you hurt? Do you need an ice pack?" I screamed back through the door to make sure you heard me. The screaming didn't stop, so I tried again. "Aaron, are you hurt? What can I do to help you?" You flung the door open, threw your arms down to your sides, and stomped your feet. "No, Mom. My body doesn't hurt. I feel like a bad person. You can't do anything." The pain emanated from your body and eyes was almost too much for me to bear, and my legs went weak. "Why?" was all I could get out. "Because I knew I shouldn't slap her, and I did it anyway. I feel like a bad person." You fell in a heap on the bathroom floor, and I let you cry out, but the tears wouldn't stop. After a while, I asked you, "What can we do?" "I want to tell her I'm sorry," you stammered through the tears. "Okay, do you want me to go back to her room with you?" You shook your head. "Do you want me to ask her to come over here?" You shook your head again. I was trying to figure out a solution when you asked, "Can I use your phone?" "Sure." I handed you my phone and watched you take some breaths, brush away the tears, and text your apology. "Lissy, this is Aaron. I'm very sorry I slapped you. I love you, Aaron." As soon as you finished the text, you fell back on your pillow and let the... Oh, he's way down looking for the dog, sorry. As soon as you finished the text, you fell back on your pillow and let out the most painful sobs I've ever heard you cry. You were inconsolable for the next 12 hours, crying through your sleep. Your heart was absolutely broken. As I lay there in the bed, my mama heart hurting with yours, I thought about how paralyzed I'd felt in that room. Why didn't I say anything? Could I have saved you from this pain? Almost as soon as I asked the question, I saw the gift in the situation and prayed for a way to help you understand it. The next morning, when you woke up, you jumped into bed next to me and whispered, "Mom, I still feel so bad." "I know, sweetie. I'm sorry it hurt so bad. But I'm really glad you're learning this at 8 years old." "Learning what?" You looked up at me through puffy eyes. "Well, you said last night that you knew the right thing to do and you didn't do it, right?" "Yeah." Another little sniffle helped to make your point. That feeling or knowing, that little voice, the one that said, "Don't hit her back," is in you to help you make the best possible choice for yourself as you go through life. You looked at me to see if it was okay to hit her, but you already knew the right answer, right? Right. So why did you do it? Well, I thought everyone in the room thought I should. I thought so. That happens a lot. And it happens to a lot of kids. It does? Yes, and sometimes they get so used to looking outside of themselves at parents, teachers, and friends for what they should and shouldn't do that they end up not hearing their own voice anymore. And when that happens, when the adult or the friend tells them to do something wrong or dangerous and they have learned to disregard their own voice, he says, "They do it?" "Yep, that happened to me." "It did?" "Yep, and I made some decisions that I knew were not the best decisions for me, and I suffered some pretty steep consequences." "Like what?" I shared some of the decisions and consequences and watched your eyes widen with surprise. When I knew I had made my point, I asked, "So the lesson here is?" "I know the right thing to do." Your voice was still a little bit of a whimper. "Yes, and if I don't listen, I'm going to feel like this again. Yes, and I'm thankful that you learned it at 8 years old. I want you to remember this, Aaron. Remember this little voice. Remember your voice. Remember this feeling. You will be able to avoid a lot of pain that kids, teenagers, and adults suffer if you practice listening to your own voice. You nodded in agreement and fell back to sleep on my pillow. As I watched you sleep, I thought about all the times I hadn't listened to my own voice and feelings. Too bad it didn't occur to me then that I was having those feelings again. Maybe I would have paid attention to them. And this is just an incredible book, and I absolutely recommend it. Amanda Johnson is an amazing writer, and she really shares from her heart and helps us to understand that we really do have everything we need to be and do and become right inside us. And I actually need to get going, so make it a great day. Listen to your inner voice. If you're at the point where you're not used to doing that, just keep practicing. Just like you put one foot in front of another. Have a great day. We'll see you. Bye.